What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and two awesome firearms. And they both have something in common, regardless of this being a big boy 40 and this being a little 380. Regardless of this being about the size of a Glock 26, so being a thicker subcompact, and this being a straight up pocket pistol, being the thinnest production 380 in the world at 18 millimeters wide, the Beretta Pico, right? They do have something in common, and that's being backup firearms, right? Hear me out. The M&P 40C was basically equivalent to the Glock 27 for a lot of law enforcement agencies. And if you don't believe me, I made a video saying who carried this as law enforcement as a backup, and there's people in the comments saying yes, I actually carried that exact firearm. They only made the stainless steel version, I believe, for law enforcement. I could be wrong on that, but the stainless steel was made just for the law enforcement agencies that took this as their backup firearm. Obviously, they carried a full size unless you're like a sergeant or above and you have the option to carry a smaller firearm. But this is a backup firearm that has gotten a lot of people out of a lot of situations. Same with this Beretta Pico. For me, obviously I haven't carried the Beretta Pico because I just got it, but the Ruger LCP, the LCP Max, the Bodyguard, the Taurus Spectrum, the Diamondback DB9 Gen 4, I've carried those in my pocket as backup firearms. Now, if you don't believe me about needing a backup firearm in certain places, listen to the story. So I actually know someone who used to be a cop, no longer a cop. And she was carrying her main service pistol. At the time, she was carrying a Glock 23, I believe a Gen 4. And she got attacked. When she rolled up to a certain situation, she basically got attacked, unprovoked, out of nowhere, just a crazy person. And her firearm was out of the fight. They were wrestling over it, battling for it, and it was gone. He pulled out a knife. The one thing that saved her saved her life was that Glock 27 that she was carrying for backup. She got to her Glock 27, even though she's already been stabbed, I think it was like 10 times or something crazy in the chest. She was just being stabbed over and over again. It took 8 shots to get the person off of her with a 40 at point blank range. So imagine your main firearm's out of the fight and you don't have that backup, she would probably not be here right now. But luckily she had a Glock 27 Gen 4 on her. She drew down and she let the whole thing go. And the guy didn't stop until like 8 shots or something ridiculous. And she was already stabbed like 10 times. She had to go into emergency surgery after emergency surgery. But she did end up surviving. And instead of going back to law enforcement, she's just like, I can't, for the sake of my family, my health, and so on. She became a counselor and is, now doing good in her community, which is actually a pretty great story. But that is the importance of backup pistols. If your main, you never know, you draw down and you're, right next to the person who's trying to take your life or trying to harm you, and something happens to your main, you can always go for your backup. And that's why I carry something tiny in my pocket sometimes. Like I said, it's not every day. I'm not always carrying 2 firearms, but if I go to like a Costco, which sketches me out, or a big supermarket or a big mall or a big event, trust me, I'm going to have 2 on me. I'm going to have my main carry, a backup mag. But the thing about a backup mag is if your main carry is out of the fight, you can't even do anything with it. So that's where I like to have another firearm just in case. And something like this that is this small, it just looks like a little wallet in your pocket, can easily just go on you and you won't even know it. 6 + 1 = 380 is better than nothing. Trust me. So backup pistols are a real thing. I do it. You don't have to do it. But trust me, guys, in many situations, having a backup firearm on you will save your life. Thanks for watching.